Hawks season 6 versus Dabby and Twice. So this is sort of him using one of his feathers as a weapon, and like his feathers are all burnt up and real small looking. So thought it was a cool image. Let's go. Landscape page, pencil eraser, and hit your pause button if we go too fast for you. So we're going to start with his face, right? So he's got one eye closed and an arm coming across it, right? So we'll start with the closed eye. Center point of my page is about here. We're going to go to the left of it, right? So center point left and down a little bit. And we're just going to give him a closed eye. So it just like curves across it first, right? But then you got to make it look like eyelashes, right? So we go hook it down and then back up and around. And just shade it in. Right, and then we got an eyelid line just on top. And then he has that sort of marking on it at the inside of his nose here. And then his eyebrow above. So a curved line. And then it has spikes coming all down the other side, and we get skinnier as we go down the front, down to there. So his other eye, so he's in 3/4 pose, right? So the other eye is kind of smaller, face is kind of turned away. So we go just across about 3/4 of an eye width, and then we go up. Right, so you're not, the width of his eye won't fit in there. It's kind of a smaller distance, that's all I'm saying. So it's like half an eye, half his closed eye will fit maybe in there. Okay, that's kind of how far across you go. And then it sort of hooks down. And you want to thicken this eyelid line up a little bit. And then the bottom eyelid coming across like so. And then his iris. Just there. Can't see a pupil, but I'm going to put one. Just there. And then we got that triangle on his nose. There. And then all we have for his nose is some hatching lines, right? So typical sort of My Hero Academia nose, kind of like that. And eyelid line just above here, coming across, and then the other big eyebrow spiking out the end again. Back down to there. Same for his mouth. So we just go, so it's just underneath his nose, right? Because we're in sort of 3/4. So we'll go, let's go down here, around, down like that, right? So he's being real serious, kind of. Might open it up and show some teeth a little bit. Right, like so. And he does have like lots of scratch marks of blood around this eye because it's gotten like a beating, really. Like he's got like burned or punched by Dabby. So lots of sort of scratches and stuff around his face. Then the chin, just down here. And because we're in 3/4 pose, sorry, just fixing some of the nose here. So because we're in 3/4 pose, we can see jaw and then cheek, different on both sides. So on this side, we go up, out for his cheek, around, and up just underneath his eyebrow there. And then his jaw comes out. Your jaw usually is like in line at the edge of the eye, right? That's where you start to change direction and go up the side of his face. he does have some beard, right? So he's got some like light sort of beard lines. Mostly just in the middle here, like on his chin. Might give him a nostril. I think he needs one. What do you think? So if I went sort of nostril, nose, so we'll go maybe there. Yeah, that's a bit better for his nose. What do you think? Diagonal line there. Okay, so next step, hair and ears, right? So just up here, so we have a sideburn right here. Just this sort of zigzag sort of hair here, and his ear comes out from it. Hooks around, down. And just down at the bottom, there's an earring, like a square one. Just kind of sitting on his ear here. Just on his earlobe. And ear lines inside, easiest way, letter J. And you can add more to it if you want. Then we got a piece of fringe and more hair, right? So these hairlines. All right, and some fringe that comes down just here, coming across his head. And then up. For his hairline down there. And we can see like a little bit of his ear going underneath hair there. And then his hair's all messy, right? So it's all like blown around the place, basically. So, like say, we'll do like his fringe sort of coming off here, right? Lots of different ways of doing this now, so. Like lots of spikes. We'll do one layer first for his fringe, all being sort of blown up. Right here. Coming around his head like that, right? And then we have some more, another layer sort of going around, right? And then of course there's all sorts of texture lines and stuff on his hair. And then we go down here and go around. So say there, and then some smaller ones here. And this will start to go up and on around his head. Remember, hair moves, so his hair is like so messy, you could do it your own way, really. Because it's been like thrown off, and I'm just sort of sketching it in quick. I'm not worried too much about it, because kind of the messier it is, the better it kind of looks. Right? Kind of like that. And then texture on them. right, like that. So then his arm comes across his body, right? So we can see his shoulder. So we'll put it here, just this sort of round shoulder line. And then his bicep out and down. And his elbow just below the bicep, right? So just here, and his tricep at the back. And then the bottom part of his shoulder just here. You have another sort of shoulder muscle line in there. So this comes up to his forearm. Up here, the underside. And he's got a torn glove coming across the top of this, right? So you just go like zigzag lines. Like, you don't have to be careful about it, you know. Something like that, right? And he's got a forearm line in here. It's all like hatching and stuff. Like that. And then the rest of that glove. So it just comes up. And then some fold lines. And then we can see his fist holding onto a feather, right? So it then comes up to knuckles, right? So you just go 1 knuckle, 2 knuckle, 3. 1, 2, 3, and we should see a 4th. So this goes up a bit higher, down. Then the glove goes down. And his thumb just goes in behind the feather here, right? So this is like a feather, and then his thumb behind like that. And it's like, you know, you can put knuckle lines on his hand. The feather goes up behind his head, right? So the hand is holding it, and it's real pointy down here. It's like sharp at the base. Like a line up the middle. Some hatching there. And then some spikes just on the end here, which disappear kind of up underneath his head. So that becomes like a blade that comes out behind here, but there's more feathers and stuff first. So we can see like a little bit of his chest just here. And like his trapezius is like neck and back. And then like a neck muscle or collarbone there. So his waistband comes around. It's trousers, so top of his waistband is here. Okay, and then there's like a belt going down that way. So then we got his back, right? So this is his back. Some fold lines on it there. The top of the back is up here. You could join those if you wanted, but his wing comes out from here. So we'll just finish the rest of his legs first, and then we'll do the wings. Like so, and then his like knee comes out from his elbow. His leg is like raised up, and there's all these fold lines, belt lines. And like some more muscle lines or something here. There is all different shapes and stuff on his costume, but we'll just draw the main parts in first. Like different colors, yellow and stuff. I think he's got a box or something sitting on his hip. There. So those wings. All right, so they kind of go into his costume here. There's like a box with a hole in it. So I'm starting like this sort of L shape. And we go up, down, in the inside. Down like that, and this has an edge to it. Down there. And then the wing. So they're smaller than normal. But the front one's still quite big, right? So let's just go. So we're just adding all these feather lines, and they can be tattered and sort of torn if you want, right? They can be... Right? Yeah, and then we'll add texture on them as well. But we'll just get them drawn in first, right? So another one here. And they'll go off my page, right? So... Right, that wing goes way off. And then the top side of it goes up, and we got some spikes kind of sticking off here and then going up this way. And then you could have some top lines there, and then some more sort of wing lines inside, right? So feathers. You could do as much of this. This is like basically just texture, really. So yeah, you don't have to do all of it. You just have to suggest that there is more feathers here, and people kind of get the idea. You know, the human eye fills in a lot of the blanks here. And then you just add texture kind of to the tops of them. Right, like so. And then his back, so another sort of curve line here and another feather. We can't see the box, but we can see the feather. This one's real small. This one's nearly burnt altogether. So it comes out here. And then some more sort of textures all in here. Down like that. Right, and then this blade feather, right? So it goes behind his head, behind this wing, right up as far as you can, really. So I'll go there, say. So right back of my page. And then we'll do some more feathers coming down. Okay. Right, so then we just draw some details on his costume. So he's got this like shield-like shape here. Another one coming across like so. And then like a yellow sort of sleeve or something here. Some more lines coming down this way. So these are all colored yellow. Or at least they are in this picture anyway. Might add some more sort of back muscles. They're not in the picture I'm drawing from, but see, that's the center. That's his spine, right? So there should be like ab muscles and stuff here. And then there's some more yellow lines just coming around. I'll just do two. I think there's three, but I can't really, because I'm drawing with a Sharpie. Sharpie lays down such a thick line, you know. If you're doing a fine liner, you know, you could fit in more stuff. But as much sort of dirt and scratches and stuff as you want to do now. And of course, if you want, you can do like some blue flame, you know, maybe like in the air, you know, sort of, you know, for like dabbies, sort of bright blue flame just sort of coming off, or in the background even. Kind of stuff. Might make it look cooler. Okay, I'll do another one here. Drop my pen. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.